All right, hello and a very good evening to you. Welcome to Hope TV's Newswatch on this day, the 25th day of February 2026. Feels so great to have you join us tonight. My name is Theo Macharia and on the sign language interpretation is Boniface Morethi. And together tonight, let's bring you up pace and candid with the latest stories shaping the world of news. And we begin with some matters politics where President William Ruto has dismissed the one-term agenda by the opposition, saying he has no time to engage in political exchanges with his critics at the moment. Speaking while inspecting development projects in Kabete, Kiambu County and Westlands, Ruto said he is ready to face his opponents in the next general election, citing his development track record with his sentiments echoed by his deputy Kithure Kindiki, who while speaking in Kunate, Meru County, declared his presidential ambitions come 2032.
Sisi hatutaki viongozi hapa wa kukuja kupiganisha wananchi. Ati wanajifanya ni marafiki ya Wameru. Wanakuja hapa na mambo mingi, wanajifanya ni marafiki ya Wameru. Siku ile walikuwa kwa kiti, hatukuwaona Kunati. Ukiwauliza Kegoshwa, hawajui. Ukiwauliza Adhwana, Mekindori, Kunate, Katidhini, Ngongaka, Molika, waende wasiende. Waende wasiende. Ati tamgapi? Ate 4 term. Muko 4 term. Kunate ni 4 term. 4 term. 2 term ya Ruto na 2 term ya Kindiki. Muko 4 term. Wangapi wanasema 4 term, 4 term, 4 term, 4 term.
And opposition leaders led by Jubilee Deputy Party Leader Dr. Fred Matiang'i, Rigathi Gachagua of the DCP Party, and Kalonzo Musyoka of the Wiper Democratic Movement have today concluded their 3-day tour at the Gusii region. The visit, which comes as the opposition alliance intensifies early campaigns ahead of the next year's general election, has seen the leaders traverse several counties amid heightened political tension and claims of attempts to disrupt their rallies.
Today marks the final day of the Opposition Alliance 3-day tour of the Gusii region, a visit largely seen as a strategic move to consolidate support ahead of the 2027 general election. Led by Jubilee Deputy Leader Fred Matiang'i, Wiper Party Leader Kalonzo Musyoka, DAP-K Leader Eugene Wamalwa, and DCP Rigathi Gachagua, the leaders toured parts of Bomet and Nyamira counties before returning to Kisii County for a series of rallies and consultative meetings. Throughout the engagement, the leaders sharply criticized President William Ruto's administration, accusing it of mismanaging the economy and failing to address the high cost of living.
DCP! DCP! Mimi nataka nisikize ground hapa Ogembo. Ndio nijue my cousins wanasema nini. Si ndio? Si ni mzuri familia kujuliana hali. You are my cousins. I would like to know kama vile mimi nasema nyinyi mko wapi? Hapa Ogembo, makuzo warigiji wanasemaje? Ate makuzo warigiji wanasemaje?
The opposition leaders have warned against what they described as the use of hired gangs to disrupt the rallies, as they cautioned that such actions could heighten political tension and potentially plunge the country into chaos if not addressed.
Tunasema ni one term, lakini one term ni kusema chukua kura kama huna, ni kusema jipange piga kura, ni kusema kaa hapo linda kura. Mambo mangapi? Tumesikia hiyo. Ni kusema bila umoja hii safari inaweza kuwa ngumu, lakini tukiwa sote pamoja anaweza.
The remarks followed violent scenes witnessed on Monday in parts of Kisii and Keroka towns, where a group of individuals allegedly armed with machete, clubs and other crude weapons attempted to disrupt opposition gatherings.
Tukichukua serikali tutarekebisha. Mimi na Matiang'i ambao tulikuwa mawaziri wa elimu one time, tunaweza kushinda kutengeneza maneno ya education ya watoto wetu. Kwa hivyo elimu ya watoto wetu ni kitu cha maana. Tutahakikisha kwamba haki inafanyika, haki kwa kila mwananchi wa Kenya. haki kwa mtu Agucha, haki kwa Mkisii mahali alipo.
Resident confronted the attackers, disarming some of them in chaotic scenes that left several injured. Calm later restored after security officers intervened.
Mimi nauliza, wewe si Mbaratu ulichaguliwa na watu ya Kisii? Mbona unapangia ndugu yako mabaya? Juzi hapo Keroka na Kisii town umepanga wahuni ikuembo your nephew na mapanga waumize Matiang'i na marafiki zake, waumize wamama, waumize watoto. Wewe huna adabu, unachaguliwa na watu ya Kisii. Siku kubwa ya ndugu yako akifanywa mfalme wa Bogusii, unapanga wakora kuja kupiga ndugu yako nyumbani.
Dolly Murugimbovi for Hope TV.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has fired a warning to politicians against the use of goons in their political events. Speaking before the Senate today, Murkomen intimated that politicians are sponsoring the activities of goons who later terrorize Kenyans in different parts of the country. Murkomen, while at it, defended the excessive force used by police to deal with the goons, arguing that most of them are armed. Now, reporter Jacob Ochiro has that full report.
Compensated because police should have protected that person.
Interior and National Administration Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has called upon the political class to desist from deploying goons in their political events. Murkomen mentioned this while appearing before the Senate, where Kajiado Senator Seki Lenko inquired about the events that took place in Kitengela last week Sunday.
Political actors on both sides of the political divide, but specifically those who held rallies recently and those who organized Maandamano last year to stop utilizing young people and arming them to cause violence with rungus, machetes, and all that, and provoking police officers.
Politicians were mentioned as the main funders of the goons' activities, with Murkomen adding that the same groups are terrorizing various estates in the country.
There are politicians that own and support these groups, and they use them for their political events. And they come gladly knowing that once they are in these political events, they will, apart from what they are being paid to come and do, because many politicians pay them, they will also rob people around the city and other parts of the country.
Concerning the excessive force used by the police to deal with the goons, Murkomen defended the police service, saying that casualties are inevitable because the goons are armed.
We will need a more lethal force to deal with these gangs. Unfortunately, the environment we are operating in, there is no consensus as to whether we should deal with these gangs using lethal force. And you see, because some of them are armed, if they engage police officers, some people will die.
Kitengela has been flagged as a hotspot for criminal gangs used by politicians since the days of Michuki, but Murkomen has outlined that there is a specific plan to deal with them in the proposed Nairobi Metropolitan Security Sector. Jacob Ochiro, Hope TV, Nairobi.
Senate Counsel Joseph Katwa Kigen, a prominent advocate widely known for representing President William Ruto in high-stakes legal matters, has been listed among 6 candidates who are seeking appointment as a judge of the Supreme Court of Kenya. Kigen's interest to sit in the apex court has caught many by surprise, having been sworn in just less than a month ago into the Court of Appeal. In the Supreme Court list, Kigen appears alongside 5 other applicants who are named Anne Makori, Francis Tuyot, Joseph Sergon, Lilian Washira, and Mohamed Warsame. While Katwa Kigen gave a good account of himself linked to his comportment, legal knowledge, and memory, observers have already started questioning his intentions, key among them being former LSK President Nelson Harvey, who has termed Kigen's ambitions as greedy. And Treasury and National Planning Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi has defended the use of government resources to publicize the Nyota program, saying that they are using funds within the budget. This follows a widespread uproar over the money spent to hold public disbursement launches in various counties and the politicization of the disbursement events. Mbadi added that the government is mandated to carry out public sensitization on its programs and therefore the president is not at fault to move across the country doing the disbursement.
Since its launch in October last year, the Nyota program has faced a lot of scrutiny from Kenyans and the opposition on how the government has been spending a lot of resources publicizing it and politicizing it.
The Nyota program is a World Bank program happening in other African countries like Angola, Mozambique, Nigeria, Senegal, Benin, Togo. Yet we have not seen their presidents turn this into re-election campaign rallies across their countries.
When he appeared before the Senate today, Treasury CS John Mbadi was quick to point out that the resources used to publicize the Nyota program have been budgeted for by the members of parliament.
Mr. Speaker, the confirmation that I would give this House is that the budget that the head of state has spent in going around to sensitize Kenyans on the Nyota program is within the budget of State House, provided by the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya.
Mbadi complained that the same Kenyans who have been criticizing the government for poor communication on government programs are the same ones complaining when the government begins sensitizing the public on its programs.
The issue of Nyota and whether it's a political rally, you know, Kenyans are very interesting, Mr. Speaker. When you don't communicate, they complain. They want public participation. When you do it, why are you doing it? You are politicizing. How much are you using? I don't know whether you expect the president to walk to Kisumu on foot to go and conduct public sensitization on a very critical and important program of government targeting the youth.
The CS further added that it is the responsibility of the president to share with the country about his plan for them.
We need no lesser office than the head of state to be able to articulate and explain to the youth the agenda of the government, because he was elected to address problems of Kenya. The president was not elected to sit at State House.
Jacob Ochiro, Hope TV, Nairobi.
The Asal Humanitarian Network has raised concerns over drought and food insecurity in Kenya's northern and arid counties. According to the network, 3.27 million people in Mandera County are currently facing acute food insecurity. Now, of these, 2.87 million people are classified in crisis, and 399,850 of them are already in emergency, just one step below famine conditions. The humanitarian network is now warning that if the rains fail in that area, then 3.69 million people will be at risk. My colleague Alice Diana tells us more.
Following the poor performance of the October, November and December short rains in 2025, Mandera County has entered the alarm phase of drought, with the nutrition situation reaching the highest severity classification. This is according to the Asal Humanitarian Network, which is warning that the situation could deteriorate sharply within weeks if the upcoming March and May 2026 long rains will underperform.
The situation is dire, nearing deaths. Animals have perished, and the situation is moving from bad to worse.
Due to the ongoing situation, the organization has activated a coordinated, locally led early response aligned with the Asal Humanitarian Network drought flash appeal, starting with Mandera.
As actors at the local level, we are seeing that the crisis is beyond control. Although there has been some responses from the national government and the county governments, the situation coming to normal is far away from the truth. And indeed, unless this emergency issue is addressed immediately, we are likely to lose life. Thank you.
Donors, government actors, and the wider humanitarian community have been urged to continue standing with locally led response efforts in Mandera and across Kenya's Asal regions.
I've heard about the reports circulating from these different counties that malnutrition rate is on a higher rise. At 5 IPC 5 is next to grave. Therefore, we are appealing to all people of goodwill to look into this situation and save these lives which are at threat.
Meanwhile, Garissa members of the county assembly are accusing the county government of doing little to cushion residents against the ravaging effects of the ongoing drought, leaving thousands of residents stranded without food or water support.
I think for the last 2 months, we have been facing a severe drought, not only in Garissa County, the entire northern region. And the county government of Garissa has not given any one single concerning and issues concerning the drought.
Alice Diana, Hope TV Newswatch.
The Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, KUCO, is now threatening to mobilize nationwide demonstrations in solidarity with their colleagues in Marsabit and Nairobi who are currently on strike if the respective county governments fail to address their grievances. Led by their Secretary General George Gibore, the health workers have accused Marsabit Governor Mohammed Ali and Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja of intimidating them by allegedly using hired goons and sending threatening text messages warning them of dismissal. The clinical officers are protesting delayed promotions, lack of salary increments, poor working conditions, and the failure by the county governments to sign a collective bargaining agreement.
On record saying that you have sorted 6 out of those 8 issues that these unions issued. Please, we dare you. Kenyans are here, Nairobians are here, on public daylight. Bring those 6 issues that we have agreed on. Our general secretaries are here. They will append that signature and we will take our members back to work. But the intimidations of we will stop your salaries, we'll do A, B, C, D, fine. That one has been done before.
All right, time for us to take our first break, but still coming up is an update on what is happening in Nakuru. Things are not looking nice between Governor Susan Keheka and Senator Tabitha Karanja. Stay around for this and many other more stories after the break.
What if your pain had a purpose? What if your past was just a beginning of a greater story?
Gotten to another level because now I could not do anything without it, and now it became like a poison. I take it today, it grounds me for 3 more days.
If I had not read the Bible, when I read the Bible, it just confirmed all the more that I had an encounter with the Lord, because I told him, Lord, why have you come to me?
From the streets to the sanctuary, from the prison yard to the pulpit, real people are sharing the power of God's transforming love. No matter where you've been, God can rewrite your story.
So I got him, I just called, and by luck, he picked up the phone. Whoa. I explained everything and what I was feeling. Wow. He started praying in tongues immediately over the phone, and that thing, whatever it was, it stopped.
Join me, Sharon Aitore Wanganye, for Testify every Thursday at 8 p.m. as we listen through the journey of hope, healing, and redemption through the voices of people just like you.
And when you're running away from God, there's only the fire you can run.
Yeah.
I stand here as a witness that God catches up.
These aren't just stories, they are testimonies. Don't just watch. Testify.
Hi everyone, my name is George Gishoro, a presenter with Hope TV. Thank you so very much for continuing to support us by watching all our programs. Now, we would love to serve you even better. Now, we want to know where you are watching us from and the strength of the signal. You can scan the QR code and ensure that you answer all the questions in ensuring that you are getting us loud and clear with crystal pictures. So go ahead and fill in the QR code so that we can serve you better right here at Hope TV, where you look and live.
There's a world out there searching for hope, and you can help bring it home. By becoming a friend of Hope, you're helping us share the love of Jesus through Hope FM and Hope TV. With a donation of any amount, join hands with us to bring hope and point souls to the transforming power of Jesus Christ. Become a friend of Hope today by making your donation through the M-Pesa paybill number 933933, account FOH. For more information on how to become a friend of Hope, call 0116-212-723 or email customerexperience@hopefm.org or visit www.hopemediakenya.org. Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Welcome back and many thanks for choosing us tonight to inform you with the latest. Now, just 1 week after their stalls were demolished, Githurai market traders have not fully embraced the new market they were directed to occupy. A Hope TV investigation has revealed that a large number of the stalls are still vacant, with the traders complaining about the building's construction. Further, the traders alleged that the exercise of allocating the stalls in the new Githurai market was not fair. Our reporter Vincent Kerosi was in Githurai and filed the following report.
So over a week ago, this whole ground was full of traders and their sheds, but now things are different. Behind me, you will see graders and excavators from Kenya ready to turn this place into a bus stop. So all traders are required to go onto my left, onto that building set specifically as a market for their businesses.
This Githurai new market has more than 1,200 stalls. Our patrols here determining that only a fraction of them are currently in use.
Faida ya kukua huku ndani hakuna faida naona mimi. Juu customer wangu wenye walikuwa wamenizoea mahali nilikuwa saisi waoni. So hapa nikae hapa nianze kutafuta customer wapya.
A few who have moved their businesses here say they are facing various challenges. In addition to losing their original customers, the traders complain that the design of the 5-story building is not suitable for business activities and may be the main reason why many of the units have remained empty.
Ukiangalia ile soko tuliundiwa sio soko, na narudia hapo, hiyo sio soko, ni kama shule. Tukiangalia hata vioo za hii soko haziwezi funguka. Kwa hivyo ukiingiza bidhaa zako huko, kuna bidhaa ambazo huwa zikikaa zinaoza. Hakuna venye hewa inaweza ingia kwa hiyo soko. So kama kuna mpango ya soko kuundwa, wakuje chini, wakute huyu mwananchi ako chini, mwenye anafanya biashara na mwenye anaundiwa soko, ili apeane plan ya chenye inaundwa.
There are also questions about the transparency of how the stalls were allocated, with allegations that there may have been discrimination and that some received more than one stall. Merchants in this market are also facing stiff competition from those who have decided to defy the government orders and remain on the sidelines.
Pia sisi tunatafutia watoto na wakati tuko huku ndani, wewe uko huko nje unauza, na mimi nimekaa hapa. Like sasa kuanzia asubuhi hadi saa hii nimeuza 20 bob. Na huko nje nilifika huko 6:30. Na hadi saa hii nimeuza 20 bob.
Kule nje saa hizi ungekuwa umeuza ngapi?
Ningekuwa nimeuza mzigo wangu yote umeisha.
Wanakuja wanatuambia tunafanya hii, tunataka kuwaondoa hapa tuwapeleke hapa, na tunahusishwa kwa hiyo maneno. Hiyo maneno wanasema ni sisi wanajengea. Na kama ni sisi wanajengea, hata sisi wakuja watuhusishe.
Traders now crying foul that the building behind me wasn't properly done to sufficiently suit the needs of their day-to-day businesses. Vincent Kerosi, Hope TV, Githurai Market, Kiambu County.
And supremacy battles between Nakuru County Governor Susan Kihika and Senator Tabitha Karanja continue to escalate after the latter accused Governor Kihika of runaway corruption in managing earlier allocations, non-compliance with audit queries, and uncompleted projects. Keheka has been put on the spot over her administration's failure to secure a 1.2 billion shillings World Bank kitty that was aimed at improving deteriorated infrastructure in the county's municipalities and dwindling revenue collections that have dropped from 3.6 billion shillings to 700 million shillings annually. Accusations of expanding her personal properties in Nakuru and Nairobi have also been leveled against Governor Keheka, with pressure from Senator Karanja and MCAs piling on EACC to take over the matter.
Decision by the World Bank Group to deny Nakuru County government a 1.2 billion grant under the Kenya Urban Support Program 2, where these funds were intended for critical infrastructure development. But unfortunately, the leadership of Susan Governor Keheka failed to meet basic donor requirements and procedural compliance following the previous disbursements. A big shame that while all other counties like Turkana, Garissa, Kiambu, Uasin Gishu and Machakos have complied and secured their funding, Nakuru has been left out after failing to meet governance, staffing and urban management requirements set by the World Bank program. This denied grant was intended for urban development to fix our drainage systems.
And police in Thika have recovered 1,500 liters of ethanol in Goigwa village, suspected to be used in the illegal brewing of alcohol. The ethanol was recovered in a rental house belonging to a businessman, and police say it was being used as a transit point where illegal alcohol was being manufactured. Speaking during the raid, Thika Police Commander Lawrence Mushangi said one person who is an employee has been arrested, and investigations have begun to arrest those running the alcohol business, promising to intensify the crackdown and fully implement the law.
Wakati tulipoweza kuingia, bahati mzuri kulikuwa mfanyikazi mmoja aliweza kufungua, na tulipoweza kuingia ndani ndio tukapata hizo drums. Ingine iko na kitu tuna suspect kuwa ethanol yenye itakuwa subject tukipeleka government chemist ndio atathibitisha kama ni ethanol, na hiyo mitungi empty. Hii ni kama biashara imekuwa ikiendelea kwa muda, lakini tunashukuru members of public kwa kutupea hiyo information, na tunaomba waendelee kupeana hiyo information, na wenye wako na biashara kama hii wajue hana nafasi. Tutakuwa macho kila wakati.
And as the world celebrates International Cochlear Implant Day to raise awareness of cochlear implants, that is a life-changing technology for children and adults with severe to profound hearing loss. Here in Kenya, the day was marked by celebrating more than 50 children with profound hearing loss who received life-changing cochlear implant surgeries in November 2025, thanks to a generous donation facilitated by Kenya's First Lady in partnership with Morocco's Princess Lala Asma Foundation. The medical outreach, conducted in collaboration with local and international specialists, marks a significant milestone in restoring hearing and speech development among children born with severe hearing impairments.
Kenyatta National Hospital, in collaboration with Voice of Children, from the First Lady's office, Rachel Ruto, together with the Princess of Morocco, Lala Asma, and the Global Foundation for Children with Hearing Loss, came together today to celebrate the great milestone that Kenya has made from last year, November 2025, that has helped over 50 children with hearing impairment. A cochlear implant is a specialized medical device designed to bypass damaged parts in the inner ear and directly stimulate the auditory nerve, enabling individuals with profound hearing loss to perceive sound. According to medical doctors, early invention is critical for speech and language development.
Kenya, it's mostly been available privately, but last year in November, Kenyatta National Hospital offered the largest number. We've had one previous one in Moi Teaching and Referral, 3 years ago, but Kenyatta National Hospital had the largest number done in a private hospital in one surgical project. We had 50 patients operated last year in November, and so now we've been following up those patients. And once you have the surgery, it's a process of a whole year for your child to actually gain the proper hearing, because the device is you get something called, first it's switched on after a month, and then you get something.
Doctors explain after surgery, the journey continues with activation and tuning of the device, followed by months of rehabilitation. Speech specialists work closely with each child to help them interpret the new sounds they begin to hear.
I'm currently working with children who are implanted in November, switched on in January. Now they are coming for therapies. We are seeing them once a week, and for the whole year, the hospital is catering for the expenses.
For parents, the donation and the collaboration has brought renewed hope for them and their children's future, stating that regardless of the challenges they have encountered, it cannot be measured to the joy of the progress they see after every session. Many who described years of uncertainty, struggling to communicate with their children, and worrying about their future education and social integration, now they say a new chapter has begun.
Like putting on those cochlear implants, and she wants to be off. So at times we give her a break, and it's a journey that has got ups and downs, but we thank God for the progress. The progress is amazing. And right now, we can be able to communicate. She can be able to hear almost everything. In as much as she's not articulate, she can be able to respond.
Health officials say the program also includes follow-up clinics, device maintenance, and long-term therapy to ensure sustainable outcomes. The partnership between Kenya and Morocco highlights growing cooperation in specialized healthcare services and support for children with disabilities. Reporting for Newswatch, my name is Glory Githinji.
All right, and now welcome to Some Matters Business, and we shift gears now to Embu County, where business rivalry in Embu County has escalated after 5 Mitumba wholesale outlets accused the county government of unfairly denying them operational licenses over claims that they are engaging in retail trade. The dispute stems from a notice issued on February the 20th this year by the Embu County Revenue Authority, declining to renew or issue business permits to 5 outlets operating in Embu Town. The affected businesses, that is Think Twice, 7 Day, Durapoa, Forever New Collections, and Daily Bazaar, were informed that their applications had been rejected following a review that found them non-compliant with licensing requirements. Representatives of the outlets have moved to court to challenge the county's decision. On the flip side, Mitumba retailers in Embu Town welcomed the county government's move, saying it was necessary to create a level playing field between large-scale traders and small-scale retailers.
Imekuwa ni shinda hata kulea watoto, imekuwa ni shinda hata kusomesha watoto wetu. Hizi duka zote zimetuzingira, duka 5. Ukitoka pande ya Ndalasi pale tumezingirwa ni 7 Sunday. Ukienda Mbuwale pale unakuta ingine. Ukienda Ndurapora, ukienda Majengo kuna ingine pale. Huku town kuna ingine, tumefungiriwa kufungiriwa. Customer hawezi ingia pale tuko.
Sisi hatuna shida na hizo duka, kwa sababu nimeona watu wameingia kwa mitandao wakisema sisi tunafukuza investors. Sisi hakuna mtu tunafukuza, ni vile tunataka uuzaji wa nguo hii town uwe na utaratibu, kwa sababu hatuwezi sema hawa watu wote unaona huko ati wamekuwa wakiuza nguo, sasa wamekuja duka zimekuja, wamekuwa hawana biashara hata kidogo. Wale watu ambao walikuwa wanaongea jana kwa mtandao walikuwa wanasema tunafukuza investors, and hiyo sio lengo letu. Lengo letu ni nguo sikuwe na utaratibu. And now it's time for us
to play, and we begin with some Matters Safari Rally. Kenya's leading female rally star and green energy trailblazer, that is Pauline Shegu, has received a 1 million shilling sponsorship from Kenya Power ahead of the highly anticipated FIA World Rally Championship Safari Rally event scheduled between 12th to 15th of March this year in Naivasha. The announcement comes at a crucial stage when Shegu and her co-driver, Lynette Ayuko, prepare to take one of WRC's most demanding rallies in the world and the only leg in Africa. Shegu, a former journalist turned green energy champion and a motorsport driver, made history with podium finishes in 2023, 2024 and 2025 in both the WRC Safari Rally and the Kenya National Rally Championships.
It's very important even for the leadership to be part of this. We don't take it for granted. For the CS and the team and the whole energy sector coming together to support their very own, because I come from the energy part, she's from the petroleum. So we are under one umbrella. It's very nice to us to see our very own and also our partners who have come to join the energy sector to support us in this whole process. And we assure them, by the grace of God, we'll push that car to the end, to the podium. We want to see all of you coming to the podium to just celebrate with us, because of course you've seen since 2023, 2024, 2025, we've been pushing to the finish podium. So it's something that we are looking forward because of this support. We don't take it for granted. We appreciate.
Fellow sector colleagues, I would not say much. Pauline and Lynette, we really want to wish you the best. As Kenya Power, running on the slogan Pamoja Twang'aa, we are happy to be associated. You have our best wishes. We know you'll excel, and God is with you. God bless you.
Indeed, what an interesting show there to see even women taking over the world of Safari Rally. Looking forward between 12th and 15th March to see Shegu in action together with her co-driver. Now let's shift gears now to some Matters FKF. Tusker FC have returned to winning ways in the FKF Premier League after narrowly beating Murang'a Seal 1-0 today at Wanguru Stadium. Ibrahim Joshua scored the only goal in the first half, giving new coach Julian Miti his first win since taking charge last week. The victory ends Tusker's 3-match winless run and lifts them to 7th place with 31 points. Murang'a Seal pushed hard for an equalizer, but Tusker's defense and goalkeeper Brendan Obiero held firm. Meanwhile, at Mbaraki Stadium, Bandari FC and Nairobi United played out a 1-1 draw, keeping Bandari unbeaten in 3 matches. Indeed, and on that sporty note, we've come to a close of tonight's edition of Hope TV's Newswatch. Thank you for choosing us tonight to inform you. My name is Theo Macharia, from the men and women behind the scenes who've made this broadcast a success. From my producer, Faith Kaulu, to my director, Charlene Kadilo, even to the man behind the lenses, we call him Pose, and to the sign language interpreter, Boniface Morethi, we wish you a lovely night. And also on that note, don't forget, there is nothing that is too hard for the Lord. Good night. God bless you. See you again next time.